You're part of those who defy, of those who decipher. You are the decoder. You're part of those who advance, of those who enhance. You're the influence. You're part of those who shape, of those who lift. You're the shift. You're part of those who understand, of those who take a stand. You're the new strand. You're part of those who believe, of those who achieve, of those who try, and of those who triumph. You are an engineer, and here's where you belong. Alten, welcome home.
Currently Alten, so we are a Swedish and French and global engineering and IT consulting company. So we do quite a bit of work in-house as far as in-house development projects, work packages we call them, where we do research and development, different industries, everything from initial concept design through product development in every stage. And then we do on-site consulting too. So essentially we're a large engineering and consulting firm. We're headquartered in Paris. We have Swedish heritage from years ago before we were acquired, and we still keep a very strong link to Sweden. We bring a lot of engineers and consultants over from Sweden. We have a unique process through which we're able to do that with an E2 visa, it's called. And then my name, Travis Provenzola. I'm one of the senior managers here, so I have a pretty large division I'm responsible for. I have managers on my team that support me in that, and then I have consultants here in the US from coast to coast. So we have everything from rail projects in New York City to stuff in the autonomous and electric vehicle space on the West Coast. And then again, us doing the in-house projects as well as the on-site consulting, I think is one of the things that makes us unique. The other I would say is that we're doing everything in the form of full-time employment with all of our engineers. So I mentioned consulting, but I also mentioned engineering firm, right? So we're really seeing ourselves as an engineering firm. Everyone we have is a full-time employee of Alten, and that allows us to hire and retain better quality engineers, to be honest. We have full benefits, paid time off, retirement, all these different perks. So that stability, us managing people's career paths over time, that's what's really helped us grow and set us apart in the US market. I think our model is a little more European, but those extra benefits we have, I think, set us apart. Yeah, so Alten globally, we're pretty split with automotive, IT, aerospace, different industries, you could say. In the US, we're predominantly automotive to probably 70% of our business. We also have, like I mentioned, rail. We work in energy. We have IT. We have med tech, life science. But I'd say automotive is our largest. And so as far as clients and whatnot that we work with, I mean, really anywhere there's a large subway or metro system, we've done a little bit of work thinking like New York City or Chicago, even in the airports like you could say LAX or Phoenix or JFK, any airport with a train system. We work on that type of stuff with companies like Alstom and Siemens and Bombardier. And then automotive, our biggest client in the Swedish heritage, and the reason we're in Greensboro, North Carolina, is Volvo Group. So that's Volvo Trucks, Mack Trucks. We're their largest engineering partner globally, working with them in multiple countries. And then here, the reason we're in Greensboro is we are literally across the street from the North America headquarters. So we partner with Volvo Group in everything from initial studio concept design work all the way through every phase of product development into even manufacturing. We don't manufacture anything ourselves, but we have consultants that will put on site at all the major plants in the production locations. So Volvo Group is a big name. And then we've done a lot of work too in the EV space, which is growing fast, the EV and autonomous vehicle space. So companies like Tesla, Lucid Motors, Canoo, Proterra, Faraday Future, Zoox, which is fully autonomous. So a lot of exciting stuff in automotive. And then I should mention energy too, everything from battery companies to companies working on new forms of generators, to companies working on safe energy storage through solar panels and housing. So, these newer areas were growing quickly, but automotive historically has been our core business, and it'll still be a big piece of what we're doing moving ahead. I think the full-time employment, the ability, like I mentioned, to hire people as a full-time employee. Their employment is not tied to one specific project that they're on, but from one project to the next, we're able to keep people growing in their careers and, expanding in knowledge. And we have a lot of situations where people come and maybe they start in Greensboro and then they say, hey, I want to get to the West Coast at some point. And we put together a plan where we're able to get them to typically the location and, industry they want, if they want to change industries. So this stuff doesn't happen, overnight. I don't want to overpromise that, but we typically do a good job of helping these career paths, along their way and in growth. And literally, I can think of many examples. One recently of someone who was here in Greensboro, 3 years, they wanted to get to the West Coast, and we were able to get them to a pretty exciting project in San Francisco with Lucid Motors, for instance. So with patience and diligence, we're able to do a lot of things like that, which I think makes us unique. Yeah, I think the continuing to diversify, it's a tough balance. Like any big company, you want to continue to expand on your core business, but also expand into new areas, right? So I think for us, with all the growth we've seen in the startup space, I would think electric vehicle, but also energy, I would say, just newer, an autonomous vehicle, of course, as well, but just the newer areas with the newer startups, I think that's our biggest opportunity for growth, because we went from working with all these traditional OEMs and older companies to partnering with these startups starting probably three or 4 years ago here in the US. And now I feel like we're really becoming experts in the partnership level with both kinds of companies. So we can work with the traditional, older, large company. And I know Volvo might not want to be called like older, large, company. I know they're innovating as well, which we're partnering with them on. But being able to partner with some of these startups who are even so early as, they're still going through rounds of funding and pre being publicly traded and everything. It's exciting for us. I think that's where there's a sweet spot where we can come in with all of our knowledge and expertise and our kind of unique model and help them grow and get to the next level. And I feel like we've done that with Zoox, we've done that with Lucid, we're doing that with others. So it's really cool to see. And I think with them and some of the energy startups we work with, I think there's a lot of growth potential there. I think it's, we're really good at doing what we say we're gonna do. So if it's something that they're requesting that we're not able to deliver on, we'll let them know up front. But we have a technical team. I'm on the business team, and so we have quite a few meetings early on to make sure we're able to do what we say we're gonna do. The classic under promise, over deliver, right? So they're going to get, I think, really, really clear expectations from us. They're gonna get what we've agreed on the timeline we've discussed, in the budget range we discussed. They're going to get frequent, touch points and checkpoints through the process to make sure we're moving along the right path. They're going to get quality work, whether it's a project that we're delivering the whole project or just the consultants that we put on site. We pride ourselves on top quality, and then responsiveness and, top level support and honesty from the business team and the other functions we have here. For me, there's always a thing of, it's funny how doing the right thing pays off, in general in life and in business. So if you're honest and you're responsive and people learn to trust you because they can trust you, it develops a lot deeper relationships. And I can say too, doing the right thing and delivering for our clients has helped us open a lot of new business with top level management that's moved on to other companies. So for us, that's a great testament to the quality of work we're doing when really senior people go to another company and right away they say, hey, I want to work with Alten, right? Like this is my favorite company to work with. So of course our not so secret goal is to be the favorite, partner for all these exciting companies we work with. Flexibility, I think good attitude, good work ethic, being proactive, so for everything we're doing, we do need a certain level of knowledge in a certain, competence area, right? But what I find, having done this for a while, is the people that are likable, as simple as that is, and the people that have good attitudes, the people that are proactive and, constantly trying to learn more and solve problems. They just continue to excel and they'll oftentimes pass the person who might have the knowledge but has a bad attitude or bad work ethic. So I've learned this, and we've hired and we try to hire people with the right attitude and work ethic and personality and everything, because it makes a huge difference. Every company, you have people that either just kind of sit and twiddle their thumbs when they're done with the work, or you have the other people who are quickly finding what else they can do, who else they can help, what problems they can solve. So we want the problem solvers and the workhorses, that enjoy what they're doing. In the Carolinas, we have a big presence here. Our delivery center in Greensboro, we have about 100 engineers working in-house on various projects, various industries. So as far as the Swedish chamber goes, we can bring talent from Sweden. We'd love to meet with managers and clients that have some Swedish heritage. For us, that's always fun. I'll actually be going there for some like recruitment events. We bring people from Sweden often, and we have a really smooth process in doing that. We have an in-house immigration team. So even for just people wanting to use us to transfer talent from Sweden, we can do that. But then again, as I mentioned earlier, we can do a whole lot more. So wherever there are companies in the Carolinas that we can partner with through you guys or meet through you guys to help solve problems or develop ideas, into products and whatnot, we'd love to do that.